Cool. All right, everyone. YouTube says that we're live, so we are now live on the tubes, the Facebooks, Instagrams. Everybody, today we're talking about some important things. We're talking about the stunts and the amazing stunt performers who perform them. A little bit of a tribute to them today. I am here with my friends Jerry and Paula, and we're going to do an episode of Brewnomics, episode 83. It's going to be fun.
Sure is.
Sure is.
Hi, Internet.
Hi, Nets.
Hi.
Hi.
All right.
All right.
Well,
All right. We're going to go live on the cast here, coming down in 5 to the 2, 1.
hey, everybody out there in podcast land. Thanks for tuning in to another Brewnomics podcast where we self-produce but group sex. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Vic.
Hope everybody's had a good summer so far. Summer's starting to wrap up.
Yeah, we're coming to an end.
It is.
I don't like it.
All right. Well, for our podcast listeners, we are going to talk about some of our favorite stunt people, stunt doubles,
Stunt dubs.
stunt professionals, whatever you
Pros,
want to call them, and some
performers.
of our favorite stunt scenes in movies.
Mhm.
So this should be kind of a fun one. But we're also going to drink some beer and talk about what's going on in the world.
Yes, we are.
What's relevant and important, anyways.
It's
None of that.
yeah, whatever we think is important. And it'll
At
always be
this
relevant, no matter how
exact
old it is.
particular time. How you doing, Paula?
Good. Good. I'm a little hungry.
Yeah?
Yeah. I had that fried chicken.
Not enough fried chicken, though?
Not enough fried chicken, man.
Didn't get a side? Should have got a side.
Should have got a side. Should have made a meal out of
Should
it.
have got a side.
I mean, I put a bird on it.
So our first beer is from Breakside Brewery out of Portland, Oregon.
Portlandia.
I like. Oh, that's a good put a bird on it reference, Paul. I don't even think you meant to do that.
I think you meant
I
to.
was meant to do it.
I just followed up. Yeah.
No, that did you know Breakside was from Portland?
Whoa, Portland. I foresaw this.
Oh, God,
in my
you're so
dreams.
smart.
Goddamn
so smart.
champion.
But this
Yeah.
is called True Gold. It is a golden ale, 5.1%. And the label definitely piqued my interest on this. It's got a, I guess you would call like a humanoid beer on it because it's a bear with deer antlers.
Oh, a
So-
humanoid beer. Yeah, I was like,
Humanoid beer
Okay.
riding a motorcycle in the countryside. It's fucking dope looking. And it also says seek and enjoy instead of seek and destroy. Tell us more, Vic.
Well, I have the Untapped pulled up here for your enjoyment, so let's go over some information. This beer is sitting at 5.1% alcohol by volume. It is considered a lager pale ale. It has got 18 IBUs. It is sitting at 3.63 with an average rating, and that average rating was derived from 920 ratings. So yeah, it's kind of a new beer on the scene. And the description on the Untapped goes, True Gold uses a balanced addition of Galaxy and Mosaic hops with a light malt backbone that results in a lighter ale that's easy on the palate. And the new beer is a bit more sessionable at 5.1% alcohol by volume and 18 IBUs. This is the kind of beer you want at the end of a hike, after a day of skiing, or while relaxing with friends after work. So sit back, relax, and enjoy that beer. I made that last part up.
It flowed so nicely. I never would have known.
Exactly. I wanted to let you know that because I do things.
You said doo-doo.
Hi.
So, figured this should be a good beer to start with on there, right at that 5.1%.
It is a nice. Wow. And yeah, and like it says, True Gold is the greatest description of the color of this. It is truly a golden beer. I mean, Midas couldn't have touched this beer any more gold himself.
No, Midas be damned. This is a good one. It is a good starting beer. Good, exactly what they said beer after the end of all those things and other things, I'm sure even.
Indeed. What are you guys getting on your flavor, your taste bud profile here?
I would say this is Midas's Rupert float.
Sure. Okay. They definitely put their dick in it. Yeah.
Somebody's dick went in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. They
You can taste the smegma.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, is that what that is?
It does have that bitterness quality to it.
I thought I recognized something. It
Yep.
tastes really good. I like this beer a lot.
It does not. It does not taste like smegma. I don't. Well,
I mean, can you really quantify that?
I was gonna say, I really-
Say.
I don't know, but I don't think it would. It does taste good though. It is a light-bodied beer, so there's some character going on, but it is definitely drinkable. But it's not super high in the flavor profile.
True.
Kind of got some good crispy malts in there, and I do enjoy it. It is very drinkable.
Super refreshing. Yeah, I definitely would have this beer just as for like a lawn darts kind of beer, just a yard game kind of beer to play.
I remember it being pretty well priced too. I don't
Good.
remember exactly what, but it was very reasonable on the lower side.
Oh, okay.
So
Good, good.
3.63 rating.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of that?
I think it's very well rated. I'd probably go a 3.5 on this beer. It is not like jumping out at me with a robust flavor profile. However, I do think it's got a lot of great characteristics to it. Its drinkability is super high. It's light. It doesn't sit heavy at all, and so it's got a good maltiness to it. So yeah, I'm gonna go 3.5. Nice job.
I entirely agree. Exactly what I would rate it for
Nice.
all those reasons.
Oh, noise.
Noise.
Like it.
Noise. Smegma is a name, I would assume a name of like a supervillain. You know, like,
Oh, for sure.
yeah, Smegma, the Smegma.
Smegma.
Do you think?
Smegma!
Because you kind of have to like put a different like spin on it. I would go Sergeant Smegma if I had to.
Yeah, he just throws
Scott
dirty
Smegma.
dick lint at you.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Dirty Dick Lint. Oh, the Dirty Dick Linter.
The DDL. Yeah.
Anyway, so I really enjoy this beer. I wish I had this beer at the beginning of the summer.
Me too, man. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I really wish, because this is the first time I've had this one. That is one thing on the podcast. We try to get beer that we've never had before.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of beer we've had that we just haven't, hopped on the podcast and rated. But whenever we bring it to the podcast, we want to have our genuine first reaction every time.
Mhm.
That's not always the case, but we try to do that. And sometimes we don't know who's had what beer. There's so much beer out there and we drink so much of it, it's hard to keep track. Tonight might be a night where all three of us have never had any of these beverages, though.
That's exciting.
Oh, wow. Let's pop these cherries together, boys.
Yeah.
3.75.
Oh,
I enjoy it.
Ooh.
I enjoy it.
Okay.
And I love something that's sessionable. It's like year round. I just want to be like, I want to be able to like finish like a 6-pack
Mhm.
and it'd be good maybe for that night or 2 days. We'll see how I feel
that night.
that night.
That night.
That
Yeah.
night. That
Totally
morning.
that night.
Totally that night. Yeah.
That Tuesday morning.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Good rating. Good
Like
all day beer.
Yep.
Try it. Drink it. Dope ass label.
Dope as fuck.
F.
F.
Yep.
I know I probably didn't describe it well. People are like, a humanoid beer? What the fuck is he talking about? Well, it's a bear with deer antlers. So clearly that's a beer.
With a humanoid item. Yeah. I was,
We agree. Yeah.
Well, I mean, bears
agree.
can't drive motorcycles. They ain't got no opposable thumbs. They can't work pedals and clutches,
oh, sure.
Wait, now was it
throttles. None of the
Bernstein?
above.
Bernstein?
The Bernstein Bears?
That
Yeah,
is
well,
that is
they-
the topic of
They
the
drove,
debate.
right? And they did things in everyday life.
Damn, that was a cartoon.
Yeah. Well, how about the one on SNL? Now
Uh.
go with me. It was like when the bears took over the world because the human race had passed away.
Mhm.
They did stuff.
Yeah.
They rode motorcycles.
Yeah.
That was live action.
Man, I think a smart bear is a dangerous bear. I don't like that.
Also, maybe go to a circus. Don't bears do that?
They can
Mike doesn't
cook
mention
porridge.
that. If they can cook porridge, I feel like they can ride a moped.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're doing.
I mean,
I
it's also
guess.
a bear that we buy toilet paper from.
All that stuff's still fictional, though.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. I'd love to see a bear ride a motorcycle.
I'd love to see a bear use toilet paper. I think that's absurd. But
Mhm.
what are you gonna do?
An adorable bear. Yeah, like I'm gonna grab this somehow.
Bears are adorable.
They
They'll
are
just
Are adorable.
rip your face off.
of your face.
Most adorable murder machines.
Yeah, they're good.
Just absolutely adorable murder machines. Moving on.
We can talk about bears all day.
Yeah, we could.
Oh, let's get into the news while we finish up this booze.
Let's do it. What you got for us?
So the Matt Reeves Batman script is officially done, apparently.
Oh, they've completed
They
the
have
writing process.
completed.
Noise.
We don't really know anything about it yet. I'm sure leaks will come out soon enough, but it's done, and they're going to start filming this winter with a June 2021 release.
Wow.
It's
Okay,
pretty
okay, okay.
quick. Well, no, that's not a pretty quick release, actually. That's pretty far out there.
Yeah, if it's
I
June
forgot it's 2020
2021.
next year, not
Mm.
2021.
Mm-hmm.
So it's given itself a year and a half.
It's good. It's yeah, I assume 6 months or so on like literal like just the filming process, and then like the next year's post production.
I still feel like that's too soon for another Batman movie.
It is. It sort of depends. Like on are these effects practical? Is there a lot? Is it CGI heavy? Like what's Pattinson's schedule? Like I hope the fuck he's training super hard right now. Yeah, we'll just kind of see. You're right. It is coming up close though. I hope he's been training for like the last 6 months though.
I'm sure he has been. Plus, the dude's kind of stays in good shape.
Yeah, he's just got one of those
Does he? I
body
don't know.
profiles.
I don't really.
He's a skinny dude,
Yeah.
but I've seen pictures of him. He's gotten bigger. I'll say, like
Been eating his
Yeah.
proteins.
beefy. Yeah.
I would like to see like an additional 40 pounds of muscle on that guy, just to fill the suit out properly.
Who do you want to see be the villains in this?
Well,
Batman?
Bale was very
Do we
skinny.
know who's going to be in it?
Hmm.
Bale was skinny. Yeah, he
Bale
did
was.
bulk up.
He did.
Who do we know anything about the villains for this movie?
I don't know anything about the villains quite yet.
I don't either. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how much there have been announced. Without knowing anything, who do you want?
Condiment King. No.
Crazy Quilt.
Yeah.
I thought I heard maybe this was like rumors, but the Riddler, because it was going to be one of those crime detective movies.
I thought I heard something about the Penguin as well.
Classic.
I'd like to see a stab at Mr. Freeze. I think that would be interesting because I think Mr. Freeze is a very complicated villain as a whole.
Do you want another bodybuilder to play him?
Nope, probably not. But I mean, yeah, I could see Mr. Freeze kicking some ass there.
Oh yeah. Well, that's such a great story with kind of the rewrite of that character.
Mhm.
Very, very, very sympathetic character. Yeah, no.
Unclear. I don't know.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Paula.
What's up?
I don't know, man. How you doing? How are your glasses? How's your hair?
My hair is
How are your
good.
balls?
I should have cleaned my glasses. They're kind of foggy right now
Oh,
because you make it so hot in here.
that's true. Thank you.
Well, sometimes you got to take off all your
Take
clothes.
off all your clothes. Yeah. Let's all do it.
Have you guys been following the Snake Eyes movie at all?
No. Snake Eyes.
As in
Joe.
G.I. Joe?
Oh, I have not. No.
Because they're doing a Snake Eyes movie,
Hmm.
which seems interesting to me to have a movie with a main character that does not talk.
Yeah, that's a bold move.
So Snake Eyes has been cast. Henry Golding is going to play him. You may know him, and I don't know him in anything.
I was like,
We could IMDb him though.
we good? I'm gonna do that.
And then Andrew Koji is Storm Shadow. I also don't know who that is.
Okay.
Right.
But then Iko Uwais is Hardmaster, aka their teacher, and I know who that is.
Yeah, her title is Hardmaster.
His title is Hardmaster.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Snake Eye and Storm Shadow's sensei,
Ah, gotcha.
Hardmaster,
Just think that's a great name
because he
for a
was
person.
both hard on them and always fully erect.
Okay, good.
That's what
I
he was. Yeah, that's what he was known
needed
for.
to make sure.
Sexual assault unknown.
Gotcha.
Unknown.
Those are rumors.
Huh,
Which one are you
interesting.
looking up right now?
This is Henry Golding.
Henry Golding. He was in Crazy Rich Asians. apparently.
Was
Sure.
He's a Malaysian television host, actor,
right.
and model.
interesting.
Looks like it.
He's a handsome dude.
He is a
Handsome
good-looking
motherfucker.
dude.
Handsome.
He is a good-looking dude. So he's gonna wear a mask most of the time, probably though.
Also true.
Or like lose his voice.
Yeah.
Like I think is it
Well, didn't he just take a vow of silence,
just different variations.
depending on the
Yeah.
variation?
Yeah, but he did at one point. He also got his throat sliced, so he
Mhm.
just couldn't talk anymore.
Hmm.
But in the comics, he did have a thing with Scarlet. Somehow, like I guess through like hand gestures and just
She just reads his
getting
body
naked.
language.
Yeah,
Say most of the communication is nonverbal, right? So he's
they
most
had a
of the way
thing. They
there.
were supposed to get married, and he bailed.
Maybe he only talked to her in private.
And I think they're supposed to get married again, and he bailed.
Hmm.
Very interesting.
Hmm.
You didn't think, right?
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
I've
Never really-
been learning more about GI Joe lore for some reason
That's
these past
awesome.
few weeks.
That's cool.
Just because.
Randomly.
Got down the internet hole of G.I. Joe, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, it'll happen sometimes.
That does happen.
Good to see how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, Andrew Koji, apparently, he's a British actor of mixed Japanese-English heritage. He grew up in Epsom, Surrey. I have no idea where that is, but he
Somewhere
does
in the UK.
somewhere in the Ook. He's a handsome man as well. He's got a little more acting credits under his name. Nothing. He was in American Gods, and
I've heard that's really good. I haven't seen it though, but a lot of people have told me that's a good show.
that's what I've heard as well. I really need to give it a stab. But other than that, I'm not familiar. Oh, he was in Fast and the Furious 6 as an
Nice.
uncredited police officer.
HK Police.
So yeah, it seems like a kind of more of a other man, maybe always a side character, but cool. He's going to get a little bit more of a main role, and then of course Iko Uwais, we all know, is the star of The Raid, and now many other things.
Mhm.
He was also the bad guy in Stuber.
Oh, goodness gracious, he
And
was.
He was in that Star Wars movie.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Right.
I'm wondering if I'm going to watch this movie. Probably will, but definitely don't think I'm going to watch it right away.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way about it.
I can't imagine why anybody would.
People will. We'll see.
Talking about the Mandalorian.
No.
S-
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
Oh, Snake Eyes. Oh. I'm not sure. Maybe like a cheap theater thing.
Yeah.
Why not?
And it might be just a spectacle enough to like allow it to be like the best viewing process in a movie theater. So
Mhm.
Hopefully these dudes are at least, well, we know Iko Uwais is a legit great martial artist. I don't know anything about these other two's capability, but they're Asian, so they probably know some sort of martial arts, right?
I mean, sure.
That's how it works.
That is how it works.
That's totally how it works.
It's in the DNA.
Yep.
I know finger karate.
Oh, you do?
I'm really good at finger karate.
That's awesome.
What's finger karate?
You know.
You should see this guy with a tech deck. It's obscene.
That was
Just
amazing.
saying. I'm just saying. Give me one that's BMX all day.
All
Yeah,
day.
I bet you could kick flip out with a tech deck. Finger flip, excuse me, is what you would call it. Do you still finger tutting? Is that a thing?
Right? Yeah.
When they were, I don't.
It's like a version of house.
I do not
Yeah.
have flexible fingers or dancy fingers.
Your fingers just don't want to dance?
They don't want to dance.
That makes me
Interesting.
sad.
Yeah. My fingers always want to dance. They just don't know how.
Yeah,
Paul's got that built-in DNA, so he can't really.
it's got them karate fingers,
Got them karate fingers.
kung fu digits.
Moving on.
Call them the Shaolin Fister.
Ah,
there you
oh,
go.
there
There
it
you
is. Oh, good old SF. Yeah, solid.
What are we moving on?
Yeah,
Was
we
that the
should-
plan?
We should probably move on.
Okay, we're getting off the rails. Let's get our shit
Together. Let's get it together.
Hey, speaking of somebody who doesn't have their shit together, let's talk about Brazil.
Brazil.
It always makes me feel good to know that there are a lot of other countries in the world that have dickwad leaders, much like our own. You know, we look at the UK, Russia, and in this case, Brazil.
Brazil.
I'm sure you know the mayor of Rio de Janeiro, Marcelo Crivella.
Of course.
Yeah, we all know Marcelo.
Of course.
Hold on, let me actually. I feel like I have to pull up the article just to do it justice. So Rio de Janeiro was having a good old-fashioned comic book festival.
Oh, yeah?
Buy and trade, not quite a comic con, specifically comic books. And I don't know how Mr. Mayor Crivella found out, but they were selling an issue of Marvel published in 2010, Avengers: The Children's Crusade, which shows the superheroes Hulkling and Wiccan, who are boyfriends, kissing.
Okay.
It's not bad, just a little thing.
Okay.
So his response was to go on Twitter to defend the family and said, books like this need to be packaged in black plastic and sealed. And got some like their Brazil police department, the Rio de Janeiro police department, to go and raid this comic book festival and try and pull all these comics out of it when specifically looked for this issue, to protect the kids from them gays.
Jeez.
Wow.
But the people found out and just bought all the comics and hid them first. And none of them were found.
Awesome.
And now everybody's really mad at the mayor.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
a dick weasel.
So
Shit.
that seems like an over
Oh, like punk
Whoa.
rock.
Wow.
reaction.
Sure. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Who would fucking do that?
That just popped up in that article.
Huh.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. But I guess the festival's actually taking the mayor to court for a bunch of damages. Lost because people couldn't sell things when these police were raiding them for really no real reason
Yeah. Good
on
for
there.
them.
So we'll see what happens.
Like a dick stoning.
I just
No, I don't know if that's really worth it. You shouldn't do that.
What, stone some guy's dick? Yeah.
I
don't
guess
think
one
you should.
response that
Some
they
people need
did,
it.
somebody did though, was they set up a bookshelf in one of the events specifically that was just books that are forbidden by Crivella, and it was just a whole bunch of gay and lesbian style books, just digging it right to them. So I like to see that the people of Rio de Janeiro are fighting back, but
It's
some
pretty rad.
politicians just need to fuck right off.
Exactly.
I don't know. If I just feel like no matter what your party is anywhere in the world, if you're a politician, your job should be to unite the people and try and make everybody better.
Yeah,
And if that's not the case, get the fuck on.
exactly.
But unfortunately, that seems to never be the case yet. They're not getting the fuck on.
No, he's a big
So,
old dick master.
you know.
What are you going to do?
Here we are. How's your comic book going, Paula?
I was just thinking the word dick master is just hilarious to me.
I don't even know if you're writing a comic book or anything. I just decided to throw that out there.
It's going well.
Yeah.
Jerry and I have been working on it lately. We've just been working on life.
Yeah,
You know,
that's important.
trying to, dick master.
Yeah,
I like how that's got you there.
you got to master that dick, I guess.
But yeah, it's going all right. It's not too
good.
bad.
It's good.
You may hear about it, Brew Crew. You may not. We'll throw it out there, and then you can read it,
Yeah.
watch it.
Well, let's keep going with comic book news. Peter Capaldi, the Doctor, the last Doctor in Doctor Who, before the current Doctor, the Lady Doctor, Doctor number 14, I think. He's absolutely phenomenal. One of my favorites. He just got cast in The Suicide Squad.
He did.
Mm-hmm. You guys heard about this? They haven't said who the character is.
No, I think we mentioned it last week, but we weren't sure who he was gonna be.
We
A
just
lot
know
of
he's gonna be
speculation.
Now the character's completely bald.
Mhm.
My guess is also going to have round little glasses and be named Hugo Strange.
Hugo Strange.
That's just my speculation,
I think that's a good one.
and I
Yeah,
love that
I think it's great.
because
Yeah.
Hugo Strange is a great character now. I think Suicide Squad is all. I think it's obviously going to be, or it's always based heavily around Arkham.
hmm
So why not have the madman that runs Arkham? And Peter Capaldi going like playing as a madman. Oh, he's good. He plays a good crazy person. I loved in Doctor Who when he would go absolutely nuts, get all angry.
It's like,
and
you want to
yelly.
get nuts? Let's get nuts.
So
That's
that should be
awesome.
fun. Some more casting. I can't believe I'm actually looking forward to the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, me as well, man. We have been really covering this like ever evolving story for a
Mhm.
good minute.
They're really taking their time with it. Like James
Yeah.
Gunn just is not rushing.
No, yeah.
Yep. And then last bit of news, and then we'll close up, is we still don't have any closure on Sony and Marvel for Spider-Man.
No, we
We've-
don't.
We were hoping so, but in a recent Variety Entertainment and Technology Summit, they asked Tony Vinciquerra, I'm totally saying his name wrong, I'm sure, I don't know, the CEO of Sony,
Okay.
and he said, for the moment, the door is closed. So they're still shutting pretty hard on like they're trying to not bring it back. In the same night, Jon Favreau was on a panel and still says he's cautiously optimistic they'll break through a deal. So we're still kind of on both sides, but it's not, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Do you think they're still just playing it out, or is there really that much strife?
It's hard to tell, man. I think they're just pulling like some shit ass business negotiation moves. But since this is like such a highly, it's a hugely popular media intellectual property, like the whole world is just watching these business tactics roll out like as the weeks progress, and I just think it's kind of shitty. But yeah, that's where we seem to be with it. It's just a kind of a shit business move that Sony's doing. So fuck you, Sony.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it all could just be hype.
I
but
think so.
Maybe
Yeah.
not. Maybe it's a real thing. You guys got any bit of news?
No,
Cool. All right. Well, let's drink another beer.
let's do that.
I don't know if you guys have to. My seal is broken. I've been drinking before this.
Sure.
So if you want to take a break, we can. But if not, I'm just gonna step out and have Paula pour this beer, and you guys can start to talk about it.
We'll take a little beer break real fast, and
Okay.
we'll see how this goes out.
Cool. See you guys in a second.
What's up, Jay? How are you? Hi, Daisy. Good.
We are still live.
Go for it.
You have the crowd.
Apparently. What's up? Brewnomics? You want one? Let us know. We may sell one to you. I know my calculus. Since you lost me, it goes on. Yeah, every time one of those falls down, I just can't help but just like laugh.
It's absurd, man. Yeah, like it just silly.
Silly as fuck.
Had to put up a soundproof. Thank you.
We got a dog. We got a dag.
Would you pour it already?
I like dags. I thought you told me to pour it. It's fine.
All right.
Nice. Had to feel connected there. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Doing better.
Yeah.
Good.
This chair's gotta get used to the chair. Hey, who's bringing us back?
I'll bring us back, I guess.
Okay. So usually at this point we've done the I tap that, but since this is not an I tap that,
Well, this is only beer number 2.
yeah,
But usually we don't take a break this soon.
true. Yeah, we're about 25 minutes in, so
It's short news. It's fine.
yeah. All right, here we go, coming back.
So
in.
I guess what we can do then is we'll do this, and maybe we'll talk about either if you want to do scenes first or people first, and then so we could do like scenes or people, whichever one of them. Do our and then do the I tap that, and then the next one, and then the final beer.
That's a great idea. Yeah, let's do scenes and then
Start with scenes. Okay,
and then
cool.
we'll break it down to the I tap that and bust it down to peeps. Cool.
Perfect.
I like it, man.
Okay.
All right. Coming back from break in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, now we're gonna drink another beer from Oregon. Didn't mean for that to happen, but instead of Portland, this one is from Tillamook. So at least it's a different place in Oregon.
Love their cheese there. Love their cheese
Great
there.
cheese.
Yeah, no doubt, and their yogurt in general. Oh, Tillamook cheese is phenomenal.
So
Some of the
Straight up.
best.
everything.
So this is Pelican Brewing. They've been around since 1960, 1996. Whoops.
Oh, okay. I'm like
96.
I was like, man, that's a pretty old school craft brewer, right?
Not that old school, but still old enough to legally drink at this point. So good for them. But this is called their Sea Breeze. And are you like that? Like the Sea Breeze?
Like the cocktail?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly like the cocktail. In fact, this is tart cranberry flavors, bright and zesty citrus taste, herbal juniper notes, and some luminescent pink color. And it indeed does. But yeah, it's an ale with cranberries, juniper, and citrus peel. And I will even say before we get into the Untapped what it says on the bottle. 7.1%, only 18 IBUs. Sea Breeze takes inspiration from the original Sea Breeze cocktail that marries gin, cranberry juice, and grapefruit juice. To bring all the classic flavors to this atypical beer, we added cranberries to the secondary fermentation and then spiced the beer with juniper berries, lemon peel, and grapefruit peel. Centennial hops for dry hopping round out the grapefruit impression and create a beer with incredibly refreshing, fruity, tart, and citrus characteristics, coupled with the herbal gin-like notes of juniper. Celebrate the return of the sunshine with the brisk, bold flavors of Sea Breeze.
Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. Although I'm looking at their website and they do show like a nice ruby color from this, but I'm getting more of a farmhouse cyasin sort of a goldish hazy hue there. What do you guys think?
Certain angles, I do see it a little pinkish, but when you get the light straight up to it, it does definitely goldenify itself. It is nowhere near as pink as the color is. It shows on their website or even says on the bottle. So hopefully something didn't happen to this one.
Right? Yeah. What do you guys think? Yeah, because if we think about a Sea Breeze cocktail, it's typically grapefruit juice and vodka on that one. So do you guys get any of those hints of it feels a little boozy to me, is what I'm getting at 7.1%.
I can see that. I think that's that dry juniperness there that'll kind of do it for you. It is a little boozy for 7.1, but I still think it's pretty good.
I do too. I just and juniper is more closely related to the gin category there, so I just kind of gather more of that flavor profile. But it's good. It's got like the sweetness of the cranberry with the tartness mixed in with it.
Trying to think if I've ever actually had a Sea Breeze. There's I know what the Sea Breeze cocktail is, but I don't know if I've had one.
I feel like I ordered one once.
Yeah,
but I can't remember it.
Were you on your period?
Yeah.
Needed the cranberry.
Yep. Well, no, because it's grapefruit juice, right? So
there's cranberries in this.
In this one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love cranberry juice. Also, I think Vic had ordered me my first one as well.
That's probably did.
At the Reef?
At someplace.
I don't know.
We were someplace.
Yeah.
Just celebration.
Right. I'd rather enjoy this drink.
That's a good one.
Like I can gulp it down like all right now.
Do it. Do it.
We know.
Do it. Do it. Oh, come
He's on the spot.
on.
Yeah, it is.
You
It's
make me laugh.
there's a
Fucking all
lot
talk.
happening in this beverage, though. Like with these cranberries and juniper and citrus peel, it's kind of all coming through at once here. It's good. It's good. It's good.
It does. I like that cocktail vibe it has to it. The beer cocktail thing is an interesting universe to me
Mm-hmm.
to try and do that. I'm still not entirely sure how I feel about it. But this is all right. It's definitely drinkable, slammable, crushable, fuckable.
Fuckable. Yep. It's definitely so on Untapped. It's classified as a fruit beer. Sitting at 21 IBUs and 7% ABV. So there's a bit of a discrepancy there. It's got a 3.65 average rating, and that comes from 389 ratings. My nose is stuffed up, and it's causing me some issues reading here.
I can tell, man. It's rough for you.
Yikes! Yeah, and so, yeah. So it says it has this classified as a Belgian-style pale ale fermented with a farmhouse yeast, secondary and tertiary fermentation with cranberries, barrel-aged in ransom Old Tom gin barrels, dry hopped with Cascade Centennial hops. There's just a lot going on with it. This is a production on their part from Pelican Brewing. I've never been mad at anything Pelican Brewing's done.
They're
so.
becoming one of my more, I don't know if I'd say quite favorite breweries, but definitely up there because their consistency in putting out a good product is legit. They
Mhm.
really do a great job.
They really do.
So I've yet to have a bad beer from them. What's this? Were you saying this is available
Yeah.
whenever I would like to purchase it?
Yes, and so when I was doing research on this beer, I found out that it is part of their year-round beer profile. So you can obtain this beer year-round from them.
Nice, because this it was $6.99 for a bomber, so reasonably priced, I think, and it was the last one there, so that was part of why I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting. So yeah, this is one I would definitely say pick up. Respect to the Pelican, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Kowanda.
The Kawanda's a great one. Great cream ale. And Paula knows his creams too.
All day.
All day. All day. I almost got their Jamaiquito. I thought it was like mojito inspired one, but that was I think like 4.5%. And this is 7.1%. And obviously for the same price, I'm gonna go for the 7.1.
Nice.
But the mojito one sounded kind of good. But so on Untapped, what do we got rating wise again? I can't remember if you said already.
It's a 3.65 on Untapped,
3.65,
which is very close to the first beer that we rated.
I think that's
Like a 3.64 or something.
right next to it.
Yeah.
They're neighbors. I give this a 3.75. I really enjoy this. I'm almost tempted to do a 4. I think I could put down this whole bomber, but I think I might regret it because I would do it real fast and then just be like, oh fuck. So maybe that's the only reason I'll just kind of keep it right there.
No,
you
and
know what I'm saying?
I think you're right. Like, because I would put this at a 3.75 as well. It's got this like sour bitterness quality to it, like that sneaks up on you, sort of at the end. So it kind of inhibits drinkability. So I would say this is a great beer though. Just complexity, flavor profile wise, but yeah, it makes drinkability a little more difficult for me based on that like sourness, bitterness element that comes through at the end. But it's not a giant deterrent at all.
Yeah, it comes in super sweet, and then it has a little bit of a sour kick in the back. I really enjoy it. I like it a lot. I get what you're saying, Big. I heard you.
Thank you.
And I also agree. 3.75.
Cool. We're in agreement then.
You're in agreement. It's a gentleman's agreement.
It's a gentleman's.
Just gingerly touch our tips.
Ooh, I think every time we do agree, our tips do gingerly touch.
My dick gets a little bit bigger every time we agree on something.
I think so.
This is Jesus working his magic.
There we go.
Yep.
He does a wonderful job.
Keep the work in the pants. Legit.
Shall we move on?
Let's move on.
Okay. Well, while we finish up this beer that Paula said he could slam the whole thing, but just won't do.
I didn't.
Let's pay a little bit of respect to the stunt men and women of the planet.
Straight up.
I was going to say of America, but let's go the whole planet.
Okay,
Go
cool.
all the stuntians. The stuntians.
The stuntiest of the stunters.
That's what I'm going to start calling them. So we're going to do a little bit, just kind of a round table discussion here. Get a little bit into some specific scenes that we really love the stunt work of, and then some, specific stunt peeps. But first, scenes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's start with the scene.
Okay.
And by a scene, I mean the whole Need for Speed movie. Mostly the chasing with where he's running from the cops with the Mustang on there, and he jumps the hill on there. But I love I know we've talked about a little bit on this podcast before, actually quite a bit, so I won't beat it to death. Plus, I know you guys can contribute quite a bit, but the legit driving, the Fast and the Furious franchise is by far the most successful driving franchise of all time. But there's zero real driving in that, which is silly because all the actors actually have to go to driving school. So these motherfuckers know how to legit drive because they want it to look real when they're doing it, but it's all, cranks and volleys and dicks and stuff, but not Need for Speed. They were like, we're doing this. Please don't die.
Yeah, Aaron Paul is straight up is a legit stunt driver now based on this movie, so that's pretty awesome.
To a ridiculous degree.
Yeah.
And we know in just Top Gear because he by far won the celebrity and the moderately priced car race.
Challenge. Absolutely.
By far. It's awesome. It's super impressive.
He's good.
So I just, a lot of people, this movie doesn't get the respect that it deserves. Some go as far to say it's a bad movie, and that is just rude.
It's super rude.
People are stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best plot. Maybe not the best acting.
I mean, yeah, it is based on a game, but however, the execution is professional perfection in this movie.
It really is. The level of driving coordination, stunt driving coordination that they pulled off, my hat goes off to them. I think it's absolutely phenomenal.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what I got.
It's a great choice, man. I want to go with the movie. If we're going with entire stunt movies, the movie District B13. There's a gentleman named David Bell, who's basically the progenitor or the start of the parkour movement, and so
The Godfather.
He's the Godfather. He spent this movie this movie essentially takes place in. Oh man, my nose. It takes place in an apartment project sort of area, and he is running from group to group, from thug to thug, gang to gang, trying to get away from everything. And he is just doing parkour throughout this entire thing. Everything is shot for real, and he is just free running his balls out in this movie. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's fantastic. Plot-wise, not super great, but it is a stunt person's movie. So
it really is a stunt person's movie, but it is fantastic. It's like one full stunt scene. I think in some countries it's called Brick House.
I'm not sure about
if I
that
recall
one.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, really, really great choice. That one is. It's a lot of fun. Not maybe the best movie.
But
still fun.
Still stunt wise, yeah. There's some fun shit that happens in that movie. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. That's what I got. PK, what you got?
Are we talking about? Okay, we're talking about stunt movies,
We're
a scene
scenes.
from a movie,
or a scene
whole
from a movie. Okay.
movie based heavily in stunts.
We just happen to choose two movies that are just
Or
heavily
in stunts.
stunt.
Okay.
It's almost too hard to nail down one full scene. But
It was impossible. Yeah.
show me what you got.
I'll tell you one of my favorite all-time stunt scenes in a movie.
Cool.
It is Who Am I with Jackie Chan.
Nice.
If you guys are a Brewnomics fan, hopefully you are. Longtime listener, you would know that I mean, Vic and I believe Jerry as well. We love fucking Who Am I? We love Jackie Chan. I fucking love Who Am I as a movie.
It's a great
amazing.
movie. Yeah.
Seen it a billion times. There's this particular scene where Jackie Chan's running down a side of a building. It's a 24-story building, and it's built in such a way on the side that it has a slope surrounded by windows. And Jackie, I think at one point, was just I can run down that. So he just runs down 24 fucking stories.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he did it with no harnesses or nothing. He just did it.
Because he's a crazy person.
Yeah, he slid down and then he started running and then he went head first. And I remember as a child, I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is amazing. I'm glad you didn't die.
Oh, because there were a few of them with Jackie where he almost did.
Very true story, man. Yeah.
It's so hard. It's super, super hard to narrow down just one with Jackie Chan. Like I really love the first Drunken Master. Kind of the main fight scene in that one, just where him and that dude that you can tell is just like a badass. He's a big kicker. He looks almost like a Taekwondo guy, just beating the shit out of each other, but it's so quick and the movement is so precise. His ability to use his environment, unlike it's hard to pick a Jackie Chan moment.
It
Super
really
hard,
is.
super hard.
He puts his life on the line for these movies. And yeah, just to tag along on Drunken Master 2, there's a particular scene where it's noted as the hot coal crab walk in
Yep.
that movie. He fucking, to his detriment, he did 3 takes with this scene where he got kicked into hot coals and then like crab walked his way out of the hot coals on that one. Did that 3 times, suffered 3rd-degree burns that he still has to this day. I mean, it's intense. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah, I can't remember which movie it was, but it was like jumping from a tree to a giant cement wall.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
fell and cracked his skull. Almost died.
I forgot which movie that was. Yeah, but
that's one of the
seen
more
it.
oddball movies of his career. Is like he almost died doing like not even one of the good ones.
Yeah,
That's his commitment.
Yeah,
it's his commitment. It's intense, man. He's good.
the other one I want to give a lot of credit to, because I think it's a super, super unique movie. The way it's shot, the way it's done, the way it's acted, is Hardcore Henry.
Nice, good pick, man.
You know,
Nice.
it's done all kind of POV style, but there's not one person that does it. It's this crew of stunt professionals. Some of them are parkour experts, some of them are professional hang gliders, whatever it may be, a whole array. I think it was 13 different people, if I recall right from watching the an interview with the director, whose name escapes me, this badass Russian dude, and then the legendary Charto Copley, who plays a whole bunch of crazy characters in there. But they shot this in Russia in just absurd stunt work. Rather, it was doing things like jumping out of a helicopter without a parachute, running across a giant bridge that's about a 2-inch wide railing 80 feet above the air while it's raining in vans,
Yeah.
just absolutely absurd shit that they did, all while wearing a GoPro and having to make sure you're functional enough, not just to hit the stunts, hit your mark, jump from this van while it's exploding into this car. Remember, you got to get a good shot while you're doing this too. It's got to look good. Fucking love that movie.
That's a great pick, man. That is the epitome of what a stunt performer's movie is. Like that movie is fantastic in that way. So that's
that way.
fucking awesome.
Again, has its issues. Still a fun movie. Still a creative movie, I think. Can be a little dizzying.
Yeah, I
for
remember.
some. I could see that.
I remember we went to
Yeah.
go see this movie in theaters, and we were like, "Fuck!" It was so dizzying, like we couldn't almost finish it. Yeah.
For me, the only thing that helped, or I didn't have as much of an issue, was he said when you watch it, if you're in the theater, make sure you're sitting in the back. If you're a little bit further back, it helps. So if you're going to watch this one, don't stand right up close to your TV. Hopefully, you got a sizable living room, sit all the way in the back.
Smart.
It was on Netflix for a long time.
It was.
I don't know if it still is, but maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not, though. I don't think it is.
I usually, they license things for a short period of time at times.
And then it's gone.
So yeah, moving on. There's another sequence that I would like to highlight. It would be Tom Cruise and the Burj Khalifa sequence. In Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. This is kind of incredible just because the amount of danger that's involved in that. Tom Cruise actually was on the Burj Khalifa in India and fucking did this stuff for real. There was only one part of the sequence that they needed to get some audio from, that because the winds were so high, it was basically unshootable to get his voice at the time. And so they had built a 60-foot replica of the Burj Khalifa in California for Tom Cruise to practice on, and he practiced for like 2 months on his own, but they did do 1 or 2 shots where he had to get some audio from him in that case. But it is him like flying across the screen on top of the Burj Khalifa, like doing this crazy wire work,
It's that
and
Scientology, man. It makes you
it's
brave.
He is
Yeah.
another super crazy person.
it's just nuts, dude.
Kind of like Jackie, not quite to the same level, because one thing about him, he puts himself in extreme situations, but they're very well coordinated. They're very
Mhm.
precise,
Mhm.
very mathematical. Like that one scene, I can't remember which Mission Impossible it is, but it's somebody trying to stab him in the eye, and it's that shot between his actual eye and that giant fucking crocodile Dundee knife, and it's like a millimeter away from his eye. That was Tom Cruise. He wouldn't use a stunt double, but in order to get away with it, they like had to uh pretty much bolt this knife in the dude's hand to this giant steel cable to where it was limited on its movement. No matter how hard he pushed down, it's like it's not going to murder him.
Well, that's super nuts. I didn't
Because you
realize
can't
that.
break this. So,
Yeah.
tight little stuff like that. But still, he'll also hang on to the side of a plane
Yeah.
while it's doing and actually tell Henry Cavill to punch him in the ribs. And
It's super hard. Yeah.
so he is. I'm not trying to take away from Tom Cruise, but because you really can't. But
You
I almost
can't,
really do
dude.
respect that he won't let somebody else do the work for him. But since he's Tom Cruise, people have to make sure it's pretty tight.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of the reason we have like stunt doubles and stunt performers is because there's so much liability involved in having the primary actor do the stunt that they were like, we can't risk you dying or, getting incredibly hurt. It halts production. So then we have a stunt performer come in who's basically an expendable person at that moment in time. And so that's just kind of why we're doing these
Pretty
scenes.
much.
Yeah, which is fucking crazy. Like basically, like as a stunt performer, your whole job is like you're expendable, and we would prefer you to die versus our primary actor. And I'm like, fuck, that's a situation to walk into every time. They do it, man. These guys are incredible.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing.
That's why personally too, they're the unseen heroes because
they really are.
their faces are always like, digitally doubled with the primary actor's face, or they're just never seen. You just see
not
their
just
back.
that. For the vast majority, these actors cannot do the things these stunt people can. The reason they look so good physically, their fight moves look so clean, whatever it may be, is because the excellent work of these stunt peeps.
Totes,
the
man.
stuntians.
The stunts, for sure. Yeah, and so that's why we're talking about them today.
They deserve
Kicking
it.
ass.
They deserve to be honored. The one with the knife in Mission Impossible, that was MI2.
Okay.
And then you were talking about Rogue Nation when he got pulled on the plane.
Yeah.
And I love Tom Cruise.
Love Tom Cruise.
Love Tom Cruise.
Love Tom Cruise.
Come out of the closet.
Tom Cruise.
Come out of the
Come out of the
closet.
closet.
Now I'm in the closet too.
Don't grab my gun.
Don't pull out this gun. All right.
Nice. What you got, PK?
You guys remember Police Story 2 or Police Story in general?
Yes.
Fuck yes.
There was like 6 of them or 8 of them now. I can't remember.
There's
There's
a
a
lot.
shit-
I feel
ton
like
of
there
police
have been a
stories.
lot of them at this point. Yes.
But in the second one, there was this specific scene when Jackie is running on top of double-decker buses, like city buses, but they're double-decker.
Mhm.
And then he's just jumping from one to the other, and he's like dodging like billboards attached to buildings, which is an odd thing to say and think about because we don't have them here in the small town Boise.
No.
Actually, no, we may have like signs with like restaurants and stuff. That's about it. But imagine that.
Hmm.
And then at the end of it, he has to jump through a window pane, into another building just to get away from the running situation. Well, he ends up actually crashing through an actual window, and it looked baller, but he was just tore up.
It was a real window.
Yeah,
This ain't
glass
stunt
everywhere,
glass.
yeah.
Jesus.
He's like, was it good? He was like, it was good, man. He's like, all right, get it out of me.
Yeah,
Do we
God.
need to do it again? Do we need to do it
Do we
again?
need to do it again? I hope not.
Wow.
You can go through the fake one if you want.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's Jackie. I just love Jackie, man. That guy, I have a real man boner for that guy.
How can you not? Jackie Chan is absolutely fucking phenomenal. And he really is. I mean, we could do, and maybe should do, a whole episode dedicated to Jackie Chan and why we love him, like what we did for Keanu Reeves.
Straight
I
up.
think we could do the same thing for
Oh,
Jackie
easily.
Chan.
We should do a song for
Easily.
Jackie. We should make up a song for Jackie.
And then learn
I'll do it.
Mandarin and sing it in Mandarin.
Maybe like a couple words.
Opera style.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
And then the next, I guess the final scene kind of that I have for it, another one we could talk about the whole fucking movie, but Mad Max Fury Road.
Nice.
This is an award-winning movie when it comes to stunt performances. Well, shit, a lot of things, but specifically the stunts. And this was a particularly interesting movie. And the scene that I like to focus on is I kind of call it the polecat scene, where they're all doing the chasing of the peoples, and you got the crazy guitarist on the front of the truck, which is badass, and then these guys on their poles literally like vault at, I don't quite know how to explain it. It's like they're on a pole vault, but they're staying on it and they're flapping down and trying to stab people and take bitches. It's a crazy scene.
It is a crazy scene. Man.
But they perfected it. There's very little CGI in this movie except for enhancements, but there was a major delay in this movie. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it caused a delay in production and shooting for like 3 weeks. But they couldn't like relocate because they were out in the middle of fucking nowhere. So the stunt team just practiced like badass motherfuckers extra hard the whole time to make sure when they were rolling again that it was going to be nothing short of perfection. And I think
Awesome.
it really paid off
That's
with
rad.
the way this movie turned out.
That's fucking rad, man. I did not realize that. That's a super cool story. Yeah. It's just a tribute to fucking stuntman. Like, well, might as well do this fucking as well as we can.
But everything, again, especially the driving in this one, what they did from one car to another, the flips, the timing, the precision, god damn, they did well in this movie. And as far as an actual movie goes, it is a great movie. It is a great film. Super watchable. Great story. Charlize Theron is fucking phenomenal.
She's great, man.
So, yeah. Mad Max Fury Road.
Noise. Yeah, and I think sort of closing up some of my favorite scenes. Once again, as far as danger is concerned, and the amount of damage that occurred, I gotta go to Jackie Chan's police story again, where he did a 70-foot slide down a pole, and he broke bones. He had multiple lacerations, cuts. He got electrocuted. He fucking dislocated his hip completing the stunt for this scene. And it's just a tribute to Jackie Chan and the man that he is, and just what he did to put his body on the line right there. And it was highly unnecessary, but it was fucking great.
What China ma China ho?
Oh, who am I? Yeah. What China na ho? Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. It was awesome. If you haven't seen Police Story, check it out. Man puts his life on the line.
Indeed. All right. Well, I think that's all the stunt scenes I got for the time being. You bitches got anything else?
That's all I got right now, good sir.
That's all you got right now. What about you, Paula? What about you, Paula? You got anything else?
I'm cool.
You're cool. All right. Okay, we're going to take another quick break real quick. Enjoy this other fact about stuff. Then we're going to specifically talk about stunt peeps. Maybe or may not mention Jackie Chan again. Oh, I am sorry, man. My seal is broke.
You, boo.
You're
all
good, buddy. You're good.
You're all good.
Oh, Evie. Hi, Daisy.
You guys already have dinner?
No.
Neither did I.
Yeah, those ribs on deck, but it'll basically take like an hour and some change to make them.
Money's gonna suck. Money always sucks.
Really does.
What's up, Dag? Hi, baby. Where's all Fluffy?
$52.22. Okay.
So I still have half my burger from Double Tap.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, June made breakfast. And
Nice.
It's just like dope.
Nice.
Dope. Because Ben's not gonna eat it. I'll eat it.
That's a good day.
Seabreeze is a good beer, right?
It's a
I
good
want more of
beer.
it.
Yeah. $6 for a bomber, man. It's not a bad price. It's a good day.
Oh, it sounds cherry. Apparently, the Instagram video stopped.
Oh, probably restart that.
You can go P2.
Yeah. As well, otherwise I'll regret it later.
What's up, bitch ass?
Just being a bitch ass man. You know, bitch is an ass. Oh, Facebook stopped. Or not Facebook, Instagram.
What do you? I feel like I have to pee. By getting up. I'll do it.
Miss you. You did it. I'm proud of you. Shake it, baby. Shake it, baby.
It's weird. I don't think the AC's kicked on all day today. It's nice. The air is a bit thick.
It's gonna be
Cool. Cool beans.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I had a choice there to take them off. I was like, I'm gonna see where this goes.
Yeah, I thought about go. I don't have the energy for that right now.
Okay, cool.
Maybe after a little bit of cocaine. You guys got any cocaine?
I'm out of
Fuck
fresh
me either.
out.
Shit.
Fresh out.
Fresh out?
Yeah.
I've been out for years.
Sometimes it's how the cookie crumbles, my friend. Stelios. Stelios cantos. Stelios. Stelios. Stelios cantos. Stelios. Cantos. Okay. All right.
Cunt toes.
Stelios.
Contos.
Stupid. All right. Whose burger's back? Stelios. Stelios cantos. Stelios.
Oh, I don't care. Whoever
I
wants to
can
do
do
it.
it. I can do it.
I can dig it. You can dig it. We can dig it. They can dig it.
This is fun to say, isn't it? All right, I'll bring us back. Let's see here. Cool. Here we go. We're gonna come back doing the I tab that particular part of the segment. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody, welcome back. I hope you learned something. I hope it changed the way you thought about something. I don't know what it is you learned, but I hope it's fantastic. Right now, we are going to get into the I Tap That segment. We're going to take a break from our stunt men and women, and we're going to talk about an Idaho beer. Now, our I Tap That segment is not a sexual segment, it's just a segment that when we talk about beer, we highlight a beer from one of Idaho's local breweries. I've been drinking, sorry. And we just figure out if we would tap that if it were in a keg. Would we continue to drink this beer as long as possible for as much as possible as we have?
It could be sexual.
It could be.
It could be sexual, yeah. But then we kind of make a group decision, decide if it's going to get tapped or not. Barbarian Brewing is this week's choice. They are an old world style with a new world flavor. This week we are drinking the Dirk, 7.2%. This particular one was canned on August 27th. It is kind of cool. They'll do a little like pint can for you at their brewery downtown, or I don't know if I'd say brewery, because I think they brew somewhere else and shit. Whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, 827, so still pretty fresh. About a little over a week ago it was canned. But the Dirk, I believe, is our Scotch Ale, a wee heavy, which would be a bit of a switch up from what we've been drinking. I like a good occasional Scotch. This looks like a nice dark Squatch Ale, but I don't know much about the history of the beer other than that.
Yeah, and it's sort of difficult. Barbarian Brewing in Idaho here is known for particularly like rotating a lot of different beer styles and names, and so I think they rotate so many at a time that it's impossible for them to really keep up on what any particular beer is. So I have no information on it, is what I'm saying.
They're a little bit like Revision in that sense, right? To where it's always rotational. You don't really tend to see the same beer stick around with Barbarian. And I kind of have some respect for breweries that do that. Like Revision, no disrespect, but it seems like they're just different hazy IPAs. What New England IPA? What hazy IPA? Let's take out a Mosaic hop and add an alpaca hop.
Sure.
I don't think an alpaca hop's a real hop, but
No,
it should be.
It should be.
I think they are.
But Barbarian has a huge diversification of beers. They do a lot of really good sours. A lot of good sours. If you're into that, they do the glitter beer. But then you get like this, your scotches, your porters, your IPAs, your other variety of beverages. So I dig that. I like how they're just always pushing forward and brewing new shit. So much good beer out there. Why would you want to keep drinking the same stuff?
Well, and I think it's super cool, but it's also like how the demand of the population is. And so, like, they literally have a business model that inhabits like adaptability, creativity, and not lingering on any particular beer set. It just, it's always changing because people's tastes are always changing. So it's literally one of the better like models as far as craft brewers go that I think works.
I think it's a fun one.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun one. And I also do respect certain senses. There are some breweries that will, kind of have a few rotating beer, but they have their flagship lineup, their stronghold, because they know they sell. But ultimately, the market rules all, right? Consumers decide what wins and what doesn't because, well, we buy it.
So we buy it.
We don't.
Yep.
And that's what's going to decide the market ultimately. So, but what do you guys think about this as far as the Scotch goes? Do we have anything on Untapped?
All I have is it's got an Untapped rating of 3.74. That was derived from 417 ratings. That's all the information I have on this.
I really enjoy this beer.
It's good.
I'll give it that much. It's Scotches can tend to be overly smoky. I don't get any smokiness in this one, or they can kind of have a rough malt taste to them. This one has a nice biscuity sweet maltiness to it. Just the appropriate right amount of bitterness to it. I like the ABV at 7.1. This is a phenomenal Scotch Ale.
Agreed, man. It's smooth, and I like that you highlighted the biscuity sweet maltiness that this beer has. It's kind of one of the stereotypical features of a Scotch style ale, and so it's It's tasty. It says it's a wee heavy, but I'm not reading it as a wee heavy when I drink it. I feel like it's more of a lighter Scotch ale.
I think a Scotch ale and a wee heavy are just interchangeable beer types. I could be wrong on that, but I think they're pretty much supposed to be one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, like I said, I could be wrong.
Sure. I
Who knows?
I don't
That
know
was not a
better.
very good Scottish. Can any of you guys do a Scottish accent?
No,
I can't either.
I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, especially with your stoofiness right now.
No, yeah, I couldn't do it. PK.
Very different from
Yeah.
all the other Scotch ales that I've had.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Agreed.
and it is that it's that easy taken from it, and there's no smokiness at all. What you would expect. You're always expecting a little bit of like a fight with your Scotch ale, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, some smoke, some
Mhm.
peat, some
Some,
some
yeah.
moss, whatever.
And this one is
yeah.
it just goes down like it's fucking easy, man.
This is a great Scotch ale. It's
Yeah.
officially one of my favorite Scotch ales, and I look forward to drinking it again. So with that said, I'm gonna give this beer a 4, and I'm gonna tap it. Very well done,
Damn.
Barbarian. This is the beer of the night so far for me.
Whew.
We'll see what else we get, but I enjoy this.
That's a great rating. I'm gonna do a 3.75. I would also tap it. I think it's a really great representation of the Scotch ale. Yes.
Nice. I had the opportunity to meet the owners of Barbarian at a clean water event, and
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
they're really cool people. Really cool people.
Nice.
And gosh dang man, if I just didn't love this beer, I wrote 4 like immediately from the first. second
Okay,
sip.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's like
And
I tap her.
all right. That wasn't. You never know. Sometimes that'll change last minute. So, sounds like you getting tapped, Barbarian.
Nice.
Great job. Great beer. Great Scotch. Ale. Get this one
Quick.
and drink it.
Put it inside you.
Let it get inside of you.
Yeah, like I said with Barbarian, get it while you can.
Exactly. Yeah, because it'll rotate out, and it's only available for probably a few months at a time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I guess since we finished up the I Tap That segmento, let's go ahead and go ahead and get on with the favorite Stuntonians.
Let's do it.
Yes. So this is going to be an interesting one. I think it's going to be fun. Just talk about our favorite men and women behind the camera. Some of them maybe in front of the camera on occasion. But let's just, again, pay respects where respects don't get the due, like they should, in our humble opinions. Who wants to start?
Sure. Now when it comes to stunts,
If you guys weren't watching, I just say, who likes to start and then stare directly at Paula's face?
you should be watching. What's wrong with you? So when it comes to stunts, I immediately thought of this guy who I feel like he's super underrated. Honestly, I forgot his name. I forgot to write it down. I know, right? Yeah, I'm just putting to that stereotype.
Good start. Good start.
Right.
Strong.
He plays Toad in X-Men. He's also Darth Maul.
Oh, sure.
I didn't actually.
Ray Park.
Ray Park.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like he needs more respect.
He's a badass,
He
man.
kicks ass.
Mhm.
He deserves people just to know his name like me. Like Ray
He's
Park.
a
I should
legit
forget
martial
that.
artist too. He really is good.
Mhm.
I mean, that was part of the reason why people love Darth Maul so much, was he really delved behind that character. Again, the stunts were real because they were done by a real martial artist and a real stunt guy. No, I totally get behind some Ray Park, man.
Because I was just like off the whim. By the way,
Yeah,
I was
Nice.
like, I like him. He's cool.
I'm
Nicely
glad I
done.
was able to pull that name out. I hope I got it right.
I don't think they did Toad justice as a
Oh,
character.
not even close. And just one of the shittiest murder lines in history. What happens to a toad when it gets struck by lightning? Same thing as everything else. It is Ray Park. I was totally right.
Yeah.
But what a fucking what a queef murder line.
Is that the name of our new
Yeah.
band?
Queef murder line.
Queef murder line. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, maybe that should just be the name of this episode. Queef murder line.
Oh,
What? I thought they were talking
please.
about stunt double.
We're talking
murder line.
good old QML. Yeah. Okay.
No, the Brewnomics T-shirt.
Oh,
Sure.
Lord.
God, that's silly. Nicely done, man. Yeah, I'll go next. Mine was, I've sort of compiled a list of people you've never really heard of, nor would you be able to put faces to their names, but you've seen their work. And so I want to talk about Monique Ganderton. She was the coordinator for a lot of movies, but one movie in particular, Charlize Theron's Atomic Blonde.
Nice.
Monique
Nice.
Ganderton has 83 credits to her name, so she's been in the world doing lots of
Dang.
things. She was also the on-set double for Proxima Midnight, who was primarily a CG character, but she was doing the work on the set of the movie when it was being shot. So I think she deserves a lot of help there. She was also the stunt coordinator on Captain Marvel. She was in a stunt performer on Captain America Civil War. She was in Star Trek. She was in Thor Ragnarok. And she was also Karen Gillan's stunt double in Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 1 and 2.
Nice. What's her name?
Wow.
Her name is Monique Ganderton.
Mm.
She's a beautiful lady, strong as fuck, super fantastic.
Monique is unique.
Monique Ganderton. Excellent. I'm going to bring up one of the names that actually a lot of people may know.
Sure.
And they may not know. She's a fairly famous stunt woman, but she's actually more well known for her work as an American Ninja Warrior. I'm talking about Jessie Graff.
Ooh,
nice.
nicely
She is
done.
badass. So she's got a body like a goddess. Like it looks like it's literally chiseled from stone. Not an ounce of fat on that woman. It is fascinating. But she's also the stunt double to Melissa Benoist in Supergirl
Nice, right on.
and a lot of other things. But whenever you kind of see that real jacked Supergirl look under the costume,
her.
it's Jessie Graff. It's not Melissa Benoist.
It's a Kryptonian.
And you know, she's well known for Ninja Warrior because she's broken many records. She's absolutely phenomenal. She's faster than a fair amount of the men on the show and probably stronger than a bunch of them too. She's just a badass lady.
Kicking ass.
Mhm.
It's fantastic, man.
She's just a badass chick. BAC.
And
Yep.
she always comes out and competes in like a tutu. It's hilarious. So she's got a real good, bubbly, lighthearted spirit about
Oh,
it too.
totally. She never
Doesn't take
takes herself
anything too seriously.
exactly. Yeah, she's just kicking ass on all fronts, man. Cool. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we got some weird power surges happening. Yeah, so I can go next. I also have another fantastic female stunt performer. Her name is Heidi Moneymaker. Now,
Is that
Nice.
what
That's her
this isn't a
real
Bond
name.
girl?
Nope. That is her real name. She's fucking awesome.
Well, that would
man.
be Heine Moneymaker if it were a Bond girl, I guess.
Totally. Yeah, Heidi Moneymaker is fucking cool. She also has a sister, Renee Moneymaker, who is also an expert gymnast,
Oh, the Moneymaker sister.
just like her. Yeah, and they performed in a lot of movies. So Heidi has over 81 credits to her name. She's primarily the stunt double for Scarlett Johansson in every Avengers movie and Captain America Civil War movie, which is pretty awesome. She also is in John Wick 2 as herself. Now, I challenge you to try to think of who do you think she was in John Wick Chapter 2? Knowing that you're probably not 100% sure what she looks like.
Was she the violinist or?
You're correct. Absolutely. She was when Keanu Reeves'
Well
John
done,
Wick was
Paula.
coming out from the train, she is the violinist sitting out there, also the assassin, and she tries to assassinate John Wick Chapter 2 when that bounty's put on his head, and again, John Wick takes her the fuck out with that violin, and so yeah, that was Heidi Moneymaker. She also did some of the
That's
stunts
awesome.
in
That's so cool.
Bird Box. She was in Captain Marvel, and she was Avengers Endgame as Scarlett Johansson's stunt double. Heidi Moneymaker is a fierce fucking actress, and
Living
she
up to her last name, huh?
fucking kicks ass.
Hustling. I love it.
Also, super cool. She's a huge partner to probably my next person I'd like to talk about, which is Chad Stahelski, part of
Oh,
8711
hell
yeah.
Productions. So they're just a powerhouse of a team.
Yeah, we can definitely take some time to talk about Chad Stahelski. I love this dude. Big one. Everybody kind of gives David Leitch credit to directing when it comes to the John Wick movies,
Mhm.
but I think a lot of it's pretty 50-50 between the two of them. And when it comes to the stunt work, the coordination, the ability on how to direct Keanu and how to move like he does and frame a shot that maximizes who you've got in front of you, that all is because of Chad Stahelski.
100%. And Chad Stahelski, he knows all that because he was the stunt double for Keanu Reeves on the Matrix movies and a few other movies.
Tall, lanky, left-handed, and slightly pigeon-toed.
Yeah, somehow like that worked out
It
for
worked
him.
out just it did work out for him
really
yes.
fucking well. He was also the stunt coordinator in movies such as Rambo, Ninja Assassin, The Expendables, and V for Vendetta, just to name a few of
Wow.
those.
And he does a lot more on that too. He's also the AD, the assistant director, action director, secondary director, whatever it may be. A lot of times when you'll go off and you'll have a weird offset piece that's going to be shot off location, or maybe something different where the main director doesn't necessarily have time for it. Chad's the guy that always steps up and does that. So he really not only can direct and choreograph, or excuse me, do his stunt work and choreograph, but he knows how to direct and knows his way around a camera too. A truly multi-talented, impressive, hardworking individual.
Absolutely. And just sort of to go back in time here, one of his greatest works was he was known as being the body double for the late, great Brandon Lee on the film The Crow.
Oh.
And so for those of you who know, and those of you who don't know, Brandon Lee died during the filming of The Crow's process.
They were incredibly tight friends.
They were.
He almost quit stunting because of that, because he was so heartbroken.
Absolutely. But like the champion that Chad Stahelski is, he finished the movie as the Crow. So like he was primarily responsible for a large amount of the stunt work in that movie because he did the
that was a
stunt
breakdown.
work.
I don't know if I can do this anymore. I can't finish it. Nope. I have to finish it. I have to finish it as Brandon. I have to finish it for Brandon and go on and continue to do our work. He is a cool fucking dude. He's got if you can find it, you might have to scroll pretty deep, but there's an absolutely phenomenal podcast with Chad Stahelski on the Chewin' It podcast. But it was a long time ago. And the Chewin' It podcast is with Steve Lemmy and Kevin Heffernan. So it's a great one. Again, you might scroll back, but if you did, it's like an hour and a half long, and they really delve into his early days, his career, kind of a deeper version of the stories Vic and I just slightly dived into. So I would recommend it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's a great pick. He's got about 75 credits to his name. He started when he was 24, martial arts champion, was in a lot of tournaments. And so in sort of his later years of life, as most stunt performers do, they become stunt coordinators. And then ultimately he's become a director. So Chad is just kicking ass on all fronts. All right.
Good pick.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you have another one, Paul?
I basically thrown away all my notes. For some reason, though, like I thought of like a fucking Ernie Reyes Jr. in the rundown.
Nice.
Ernie Reyes Jr. in anything. I fucking love that dude. I don't know. He is a bit of a stunt guy. Good martial artist. You'll see him that. He was in the rundown. He was the little dude that fought The Rock. Almost fucked up The Rock.
Kansas City. Yeah.
KC.
He also was the pizza delivery boy in Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. And then he was also in The Last Dragon, the little 6-year-old smart mouth karate kid that tried to fight Show Nuff.
True story.
And then in not the last one, but 2 UFCs ago, the Nate Diaz fight, he was Nate Diaz's mitt dude. Home mitts for him pre-fight, just being a badass motherfucker.
And just
love Ernie
He's
Reyes
earned our
Jr.
respect. Yeah,
he really
kicks ass.
has. And just for those of you who can't see what's happening right now, Jerry just like rattled that off the fucking top of his dome,
Immediately. It was amazing.
which is awesome.
I love Ernie Reyes Jr.
He's great.
I love that dude. Like big time.
He's great.
He's one of my favorites.
Noise.
Follow him closely on Instagram and other social media pages, and sometimes in person.
What are the color of his window curtains?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like a soft blue. It's weird. I thought he'd go more of a beige.
It's a gentle
guy,
soul. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess he also likes to change it for the season depending on the feng shui.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
It's good to know. Good to know. What kind of shampoo does he use?
Pantene Pro V.
He just like pure. He actually makes his own from coconuts.
Oh God,
Because he's a boss.
Of course.
Coconut oil is great.
Oh my God, that's
And,
fantastic.
America Juban oil.
I don't know what that is, but I want it.
Neither do I, but it's in the beard conditioner I have.
Oh, neat.
Oh,
And I'm probably not
good to
even
know.
saying it right,
Yeah.
but it smells wonderful.
Well, there you
There's
go.
a beard oil. Is there such a thing as like a pubic oil or something like that?
I use it on both.
Using them both, and it
Yeah,
works pretty
similar
well.
texture, curl, right? So it gives it that nice sheen
Oh, there you go.
on there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Straightens it out.
Yep.
Puts it
saves
in line.
the chase throughout the day.
Kind of relaxes it. Yeah.
Good to know.
The next one I'm going to go with is Zoe Bell. As far as a stunt performer goes, stunt lady, stunt actress, she is a bad ass.
Straight up.
See, I'm trying to power through some hiccups right now.
Ah.
I missed.
Uh-oh.
A lot of us know her from Death Proof.
Uh-huh.
If anything, she was not a stunt double on that one. She was just an actress that did all her own stunts. The most insane fucking driving stunt you ever did see in your whole life. I would say even more so than Need for Speed, because there was nobody strapped to the hood of a car in Need for Speed while they're going 120 miles an hour, however fast they're going. Fucking great scene. But she also did a lot of stunt work for Uma Thurman. She did some stuff on Lord of the Rings, whole bunch of stuff. But this badass, tall, strong, blonde New Zealand chick that is legit one of the most badass stunt ladies on the planet.
Absolutely. She also has a particular scene. I'm not sure what movie it's from, but like in doing my research, I found that she did like a 26-story fall from the top of a building somewhere, and it was fantastic the way that she did that.
She's another one. I'm actually not sure what her credit list is on IMDb. I want to take a look real quick.
It's pretty intense. She's kicked a lot of arse, really, as it were.
She absolutely does. I mean, she doesn't. I mean, let's see. Well, stunts, it's actually only 27, but all super high profile stuff. So, she was also in Thor Ragnarok. She was Kate Blanchett stunt double.
Nice, very cool.
Oh, no
there
way.
you go. Did a lot of stuff for Iron Man 3, Blood and Bone, Inglourious Bastards, pretty much everything Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
27 dresses, all the intense stunt work in that movie.
Oh my god, that's impressive. Wow.
God, she's incredible. Yeah.
But yeah, she really is a badass on there. So, but the big stuff, her real claim to fame, what got her before the Death Proof movies, or the Grindhouse movie, specifically Death Proof, was being the main stunt double for Uma Thurman in the Kill Bill movies and the original stunt double, or the main stunt double for Lucy Lawless in a little short-lived series called Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh,
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
Never heard of it.
So yeah, Zoe Bell's badass.
She's great, man. It's a great pick. Sort of moving forward, there's a character, like not a character, but a person. You may not be aware of. Her name is Alicia Vela Bailey, and some of her main notable credits include the movie Interstellar, and you may notice that when she's not doubling any person in particular, but what was her name? I can't remember the actress's name now. It doesn't matter. So when they're on the planet and that giant tidal wave is coming, thank you, Anne Hathaway, and that giant tidal wave is coming forward and they're getting into the spaceship, she's the one that's jumping into the spaceship and like just the water's coming at her. She's got like a 30-pound like suit on her back and she's trying to crawl up it. Like it's just pretty intense. She's got about 59 credits to her name. She most often doubles Gal Gadot as her stunt woman in Wonder Woman, which is awesome. She also did Alita Battle Angel. She stunt doubled Gal Gadot in Batman v Superman, and also will be doubling Sigourney Weaver and Zoe Saldana in the upcoming Avatar film. So I think she is pretty fucking dope. Kicks ass as a whole, and check it out.
Check it out.
Nice. What about you, Paula? You got anything else?
Yeah. If you want to start pouring our beer before we introduce it, I just want to straight up. And again, I'm not getting off this kick. I will not get off his dick. Every fucking end credit scene of Jackie Chan movie, him just fucking hurting himself during every fucking stunt.
Jackie's a legend, man.
He's amazing. He's amazing. Immediately, I'm thinking of Big Trouble in Little China. Not big. I'm sorry, Brother in the Bronx.
Okay,
I
I
was
was
like,
like, he wasn't in that one.
I was
I hate to break it.
I had a coworker. I have the Thunder God Funko Pop on my desk,
Nice.
and like random dude I never talked to. He's just like, dude, is that Big Trouble in Little China? I'm like, yeah, bro. You're the only one who gets it. Everyone else is Raiden. Fuckers,
Idiots.
fucking idiots.
Fucking uncultured swine.
Fucking awesome, man.
That was on Friday. Yeah, so it's been stuck in my head that he's like the only person aside from you guys who I can talk to about that movie.
That's awesome, man.
But every fucking Jackie Chan end credit scene is just the greatest goddamn thing.
It really
Yeah,
is, man.
It's like mostly to some perky song, and
Oh,
and
yeah.
him just getting hurt.
Straight up.
It's hard for me because there are so many good ones, but the ones I really enjoy were the ones for Rush Hour and then the Shanghai Nights.
Oh my gosh, yeah, great picks, man.
Those ones were so good.
Oh yeah, it's got to go to What Chana Nacha Ho, which is from Who Am I? I mean, one of my favorites, dude. Also, Mr. Fucking Nice Guy. Those were a great set of credits, and at the end,
It's one of those things I just love about Jackie so much was, he made his way up as a stuntman from being Bruce Lee stunt double.
Straight up, yeah.
On
Thank you.
their Fist of Fury, I believe was the first one. And Bruce Lee, in his movies, for the most part, he was invincible. He would get nicked every now and then, but it was very limited. Jackie was really the first, and still I don't think anybody's ever done it better or will do it better, martial art movie action star that showed vulnerability, that they'd also get hit in the fucking face, that they do something silly and mess up and have to do something else to kind of overcome the adversity within that fight to come out to almost make it more of a rewarding victory. And no one does that like Jackie does, man. And that's one of those things I just really, really love about Jackie Chan versus your average action hero, martial arts hero, whatever it may be. Vulnerability.
It's a true story, man. Yeah, because he does real things and he can get really hurt, and he does get really hurt. I think there was even a particular instance where he had like chili lime juice or some sort of like chili like extract on his hands. He drank it, and then he like had to spit it out on his bloodied knuckles, and he just fucking did it like a goddamn champion. I was like, fuck, how do you do that? Champion.
Just gotta do it.
Gotta do
You
it.
just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. There's so many scenes of him just hitting his head, hitting his nuts, getting hit by like random fucking house tools, like a ladder and a broom, and a refrigerator. It's just he's just so creative with what he does, and it's just one of those things that really piqued my interest as a kid. I was like, this guy's fucking he's a superhero.
He really is.
All right, and before we get into this beer, I'm going to finish up with my last one. Shauna Duggins, another lady stunt coordinator, stunt double, who is absolutely badass. If we're looking on IMDb, she's got 137 stunt credits to her name. She's the main stunt coordinator. I really like her for Glow season 1, 2, and 3, and she's got some awesome stunt breakdown scenes for that one from a lot of movies. She was a stunt double for Jennifer Garner and Peppermint. God damn, she's done. She was another stunt person in Supergirl. She was in Drive Angry, Charlie's Angels, all the Fast and the Furious movies. Just so much of everything. But she's really great at breaking stuff down on there. But she has just phenomenal knowledge and understanding of the industry. But I really like the way she pretty much, in Glow specifically, she's not just a stunt double. She doesn't go out there and just do it. She's able to take, 13 women that have never really done anything truly athletic in their entire life, and in a month, with the help of the legendary Chavo Guerrero Jr., make them look and move like actual professional wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
She's awesome. And she was Betty Gilpin's stunt double specifically on that one, or Liberty Bell, for those of you that have watched it. But yeah, she is another badass, very intelligent woman that's just a master of her craft.
Nice pick, man. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get into this beer then.
Let's get into
the DC character Liberty Bell.
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
This is particular to the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. I'm glad.
All right. So now from Hopworks Urban Brewery, we're going to be drinking a Robot Panda Hazy IPA. A. Hopworks Brewery, of course, is holy shit out of Portland, Oregon. Guess it's Oregon beer tonight, people.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. 3 out of 4 Oregon beers, but they are certified B Corporation, which means they're a very transparent, ethical corporation with the way they handle their water, get their grain, their farming, everything like that. So they, whatever. 1% of their profits, they do 1% for the planet. So, and then they're salmon safe certified. So, Hopworks, very ethical brewery, but do they make good beer? That's the real question.
I feel like we've been impressed by a lot of their beer already.
They do. They do make good beer. They make very good beer. Yeah, this is a hazy IPA coming in at 6.2%. That's all I got for you.
So we got a little bit more information here. I don't have any IBUs, but I do have an average rating on Untapped of a 3.79. That is derived from 750 ratings, and the description reads: Robot Panda is a fruity and juicy hazy IPA that is easy drinking from start to finish. This hazy IPA balances a soft and fluffy malt body with big hop additions of Denali, Lemon Drop, and Cascade. It's a perfect hazy IPA to kick off the summer. All right. Not sure what a lemon drop hop is, but that's an
I don't know what a
interesting
lemon
hop.
drop hop is either. This is a very good fruity, citrusy, hazy IPA hazy.
True story.
I'm getting some pineapple, some guava.
Definitely guava. That's a good profile taste pick. Guava.
Thick. This is a viscous, thick, juicy beer.
Super juicy.
I'm not a huge fan of the juice bombs. I'm a huge fan of this fucking label and the fact that it's called Robot Panda, though.
Saw that.
That has me pretty sold on it. It smells pretty good, pretty gentle, not super aromatic. Doesn't have that kind of citrus pop that I would think it would. Doesn't smell very danky. Doesn't taste very danky. My guess is the IBUs are pretty low. They typically tend to be with your hazies. Excuse me. And 6.2, not a bad beer. Can't really remember what I paid for this. Oh, well.
It's all right.
But I would give this beer a 3.5.
3.5. It's a good rating.
It's a good rating. It's a good beer. You just know I'm not a huge fan of the juice bombs.
Sure.
Actually, juice bomb.
I'd probably give this beer a 3.75. I think it's a really well done hazy IPA. Probably one of the better hazy IPAs that I've tasted in a good long while. And so, for that reason, I'd probably step it up just a notch, just because I think it's a solid representation of a hazy.
For shizzle.
I completely agree. As a hazy IPA, this is something I would prefer in the hazy IPA, as opposed to something super juicy, something super sessionable. As an IPA, I want something to kick back at me a little bit, and it hits me. It's just a little tip of the tongue. It's just sort of like that little bit of bitterness.
Sure.
And that's what I like about my IPAs. So I actually agree with Big, 3.75.
Nice.
Cool. Good beer tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Not a bad beer.
Quality.
Everyone I think was really enjoyable. I'd pretty much drink them all again repeatedly. Do you guys have a favorite beer of the night?
Beer of the night's gonna have to go to Pelican Brewing Sea Breeze for me.
Oh, really? What about
Yeah.
you, Paula?
Mine would be the Barbarian Brewing.
Mine would also be the Barbarian.
Okay.
I really like this Scotch. The Dirk. That's my beer of the night for sure. Very
Nice.
enjoyable. You guys been watching anything, doing anything, reading anything, playing anything?
It's September, so obviously people are like Halloween, because all over the fucking social media.
'Cause September
it's all
just started.
Halloween, yeah.
Right.
Better part of 2 months until Halloween, and
People are in it. Yeah, exactly.
Got
But
their
that's
costumes
me
picked
into
out.
The movie season, So I've been watching a lot more horror movies lately.
Nice.
And I watched a movie called The Vatican Tapes.
Wow.
You can kind of imagine what that means in general. It has
a lot of pedophilia.
There you go. That's why it's a horror movie. A lot has like
scary.
exorcism, really, when it comes down to it.
That.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has Jimon Hansu.
Mm-hmm.
G-Man.
It has Michael Pena. It's a movie where the devil, the demons win, essentially. And that's an odd one to take because it just ends. It's not a movie, it's a one-off type of movie. I'm not saying it's a good movie, but it's a one-off movie. And it's just sort of like the bad guy won, the devil walks the earth. And I was just like, I'm somewhat satisfied by this. I'm like, oh, cool. Why not?
Interesting.
And then the Hulu Into the Dark series, I watched several of those this weekend. And honestly, they're not bad. It's also created by Blumhouse Productions. They don't make they make an okay horror movie.
Okay.
And then I watched the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy from last night to this morning.
You've been a busy guy.
Well, jacking off.
There you go.
There you go. For me, I watched the season 2, episode 1 of Titans, which which starts this week, and those episodes will be produced every Friday for the next several weeks, probably till January. It was interesting. I recommend watching it. It's a nice kind of wrap up from season 1, and we get to see the arc of season 2 kind of begin. So this is very interesting. I saw Men in Black, the newest one, and that was not great.
International?
Mhm.
Yep. Not good.
Couldn't just take it as a Hollywood movie?
Nope.
Nope.
Didn't like it.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Couldn't do it.
stopped it.
Didn't have any parts you enjoyed about it.
Not really. No.
What was that little dude's name? That he was
Kumail
Kumail
Nanjiani's
Nanjiani's?
character.
Yeah, what was his name?
Pawnee?
Pawnee.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Pawnee. I
He
was
was
like,
fun.
Jesus, I was like, I like you a lot, Pawnee.
I didn't
Yeah.
hate that movie. I didn't love that movie. It wasn't a good movie, but I didn't hate the movie.
It-
I still okay. Where does it rank amongst Men in Black movies?
Well, I'm gonna rank Men in Black, the first one, as the first Men in Black. It's the best Men in Black
Absolutely.
movie.
Agreed.
And
Yeah.
then I'm gonna go Men in Black 2, and then Men in Black 3. Men in Black 3 was not great. I would probably put International as my third Men in Black movie, and then Men in Black 3.
Okay.
Okay, here's a legit question. The lady with the arm and the hand on her back,
Mhm.
Yeah.
sexy or not?
Totally.
She's super sexy.
No. I'm just saying the extra arm, hand.
I'm fine with
You're
it.
okay with it?
Yeah,
I'd be
okay with it?
100%
Yeah,
okay
totally
with
wouldn't
that.
bother
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
I'm good.
So many more possibilities.
Yep.
Dude, she can kick ass. She fought very well.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Yeah.
She's also she's also in Mission Impossible's Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah,
Oh, no way.
same girl.
You know that girl.
She's good.
People who know that franchise.
Sorry, I can't remember her name.
Cool, man.
Yeah, that's
Cool,
me.
man.
How about you, sir?
Well, not a whole lot. I watched this stand-up special called Randy Writes a Novel,
Okay, yeah.
which is done by Randy the Puppet.
Randy.
It's this Australian dude who I've never been into puppets before, but I saw a clip of this guy, and it's just the funniest goddamn thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Amazing stand-up comedian without the puppetry, but the puppetry just adds this crazy enhancement to it. You almost forget you're watching a puppet until he reminds you that he's a puppet sometimes.
Wow.
It's hilarious. So I don't know. I would encourage that. Just YouTube. Randy Writes a Novel. And what else did I watch? Not a whole lot. Been pretty busy. Work's been pretty slammed. However, on Tubi TV, they have Lucha Underground, which is pretty cool. Great little wrestling series that I enjoy. Very campy, very bad, but very enjoyable. Great athleticism. But we talk a lot about Glow on this one. The show Glow, the documentary Glow, how much we enjoy Glow on Netflix.
Yep.
I have never seen The Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. Not an episode. Didn't really know it was much of a thing until Glow started on Netflix. Until last night. Watched the first episode ever of Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling with my friend Vic here. It's available on Tubi TV for your viewing pleasure. And yeah. Bad.
It wasn't good.
But it
Was
was
not
so good.
Super camp. Super great.
So campy. The editing is god awful.
It's garbage.
The promos, it's like you'll have these women talking and this really bad, absurdly loud soundtrack behind them to where you almost can't hear anything they're saying. They have these weird ways the promos pop up during their matches. A lot of the wrestling ring's the worst wrestling ring I've ever seen in my entire life. I feel bad for these women, but I want to watch more and then another episode. It is so fucking absurd. And it's silly. So if you guys really, but it's also fun watching. in just the first episode, watching that and then seeing the characters that they pull from the inspiration, because you can obviously see these things right away, and it's super fun. It's super charming, and it's fucking absurd and stupid as all hell.
That was a great.
I
pick,
enjoyed
man.
every bit of it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So yeah, Tubi TV. It's a free app. You don't even need a sign in. Free with commercials. Not a sponsor.
They don't provide mercy either. Yeah.
That's all I got, guys. What about you? Anything else good for the people before we boogie on out? No? Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah,
All
wear a
right.
condom.
It's up to you. Make sure you check out our Facebook group, Brewnomics Brew Crew. Join it. Lots of post some stuff. Lots of fun memes, videos, pictures on there. Give this podcast a 5-star review. That helps a lot. Like, share, and comment, and subscribe to all things Brewnomics. I guess until next time, Will says hi. I'm Jerry.
I'm Paula.
And I'm Vic.
Cheers, people.
Cheers. You're out.
Cool.
YouTube out.